Hello, my name is Bas Koenen. I'm the academic director of the Master in Management program at Rotterdam School of Management. So let's look at this video together.
All right. Okay, hi, I'm Nico, 20-year-old German IBA second year bachelor student, I moved here to Rotterdam 1.5 years ago from Frankfurt, Germany, and so far I very much enjoyed my study choice and the choice of the city. How about you?
Nice to meet you. My name is Peter, I'm 23 years old and I study the Master in Management here at RSM. I started also in September of this year and I also moved here to Rotterdam. Before that I studied 4 years in Groningen, which is in the north of the Netherlands, where I did a bachelor's in international relations and philosophy. But so far I've really liked it here as well in Rotterdam.
It's good to hear, I can imagine. So let's dive right into the questions and start with the first one. Now, who is this master for? What do you think? Or what would you say?
I think this master is for people who don't have a business or a management background in their bachelor's, but would like to make a transition in their master to switch to a more management and business orientated master. So that means it can be accessible to everyone with a very diverse background in terms of previous education, ranging from physics to law to international relations to computer science.
Who is the MIM program for? Yes, indeed, very well explained. It's for ambitious students who have an academic degree in another field, so who didn't study business, who want to broaden their horizon and want to apply their bachelor and master knowledge in a business context.
Let's check the next one. Now, what is the teaching format?
Okay, so the teaching format is we have lots of lectures during the week for every course. So you have a plenary lecture with the whole group, the whole master group, which is not that large, it's like 50 or 60 students at the moment. And besides that, we also have seminars where we have more in-depth discussions and we do work together as well. But besides the general sessions here at the university, there's a lot of individual work as well and also a lot of group work. So for nearly every course, we also work in little groups ranging from 4 to 6 students. And we have assignments that we work on together. So that's also a very big part of the teaching format of this master.
And the interaction with the lecturers is quite close then?
Yeah, it's quite close. That's what I really like because it's quite a small group and you get to know everyone quite well in a short period of time. And because of that, we also have quite interactive lectures, which are small scale, which I think is really fun, and also they're very interactive as well.
It's good to know. That's also something I'm sometimes missing in our bachelor.
Okay, yes, so what's the teaching format? If you'd say it in one sentence, it's an intensive, high-paced program with a one classroom approach. And let me explain. It's an intensive program. In 1 year, you cover all the domains of business administration. So in the program, you will have a lot of case discussions, exercises, simulations, where you're actually working with the theory. During the second half of the year, you have a consultancy project in a real-life organization. The important thing of this kind of project and this kind of work in practice is that you learn to communicate in the corporate environment. Something that is really important when you come from a different background and haven't studied business in advance. So I said it was an intensive, high-paced program, but also that we had a one classroom approach. The one classroom approach is the other, I think, important aspect of this program. You go through the program with a group of about 70 to 80 students as one diverse classroom. This year we have 80 nationalities and very different academic backgrounds. So we have people who did political science, IT, who studied history, international relations. And all these people, with these people, you are together in the classroom, but you also work together in diverse international teams in working out all the assignments that you have to do during the program. So the idea is that you make optimal use of the variety of experiences that you and your fellow classmates bring to the class as well.
Now, moving on to the next one. Can I combine work with this program, and maybe like what kind of work do you think your fellow students normally combine with it, or is it not possible at all?
I think it's not really possible because it's a very intensive program. It's really set as a one-year master program, and it's all of the courses and all of the different study assignments and skills that you learn are really integrated well into one complete package, which really should take 1 year to complete, and also is quite intensive in terms of workload and the expected time you have to spend on it. So you can combine it with some work. I think I do a committee as well, which is just like a part-time thing, but not really work either. But it's really quite busy. So yeah, it is possible, but be prepared because it's quite an intensive program. Yeah.
More than full-time master already.
It's yeah, it's definitely a full-time master to be completed in 1 year.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Okay, so can I combine work with this program? That's quite an important question. People ask it a lot, but I would advise against this. The MIM program is really a full-time program. It involves a lot of teamwork and active class contribution. So the leeway you have to do other things is very limited. The first part of the year you do a lot of content-specific courses covering all areas of business administration. And in the second part of the year, you continue courses in these domains of business administration, but in addition, you will do a real-life consulting project and you will be working on your master's thesis. So this really makes for a full-time work week. So we advise students who want to do an internship to really do it at the end of the program.
Now, what are the career prospects then afterwards?
Oh, okay, nice question. I think the benefit of this master is that you can go a lot of different directions with it because it's quite a wide general master in many different aspects of management. It allows you to have many different directions in which you can go later. So I think lots of people, they go into like the management consulting industry. But you have also people who find themselves attracted to one specific type of management that we encounter during the course, such as more strategic or more marketing oriented, and then they find the job in that type of job market. So there's lots of different ways you can go, and there's lots of different career prospects with this master. It just depends on where your preferences lie and what you want to get out of this master most of all.
But apparently it will open many doors for you then.
I think it opens many doors, especially because you also have a different background in terms of your bachelor background. So you get quite a unique sort of value proposition where, for example, I have my expertise in international relations, but now I also have the skills to go more into a business or management type industry. And the combination of those two, I think, is quite an interesting and quite a different career prospect that this master offers you.
That's good to know.
Okay, career prospects of this program. Well, it was a very clear answer that Peter gave, and I think very comprehensive. So many students do this program because they want to combine the expertise from their previous education with expertise in business and management. And they do it because a business and management angle opens different doors to start your career. We see that alumni often start in more managerial and business-oriented positions. So, for example, management consultant, business analyst, management trainee. And then when they apply for these kinds of positions, the combination of your different previous education with the business administration skills, that is a very attractive proposition for employers.
Now, lastly, How does this program contribute to creating positive change? So following RSM's important motto. What would you say? What are the key characteristics of the program that contribute to making it a positive change program, or in later life? What would be the main factors there?
So I think one way in which this program creates a positive change is that there's a lot of focus on the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. So often when we get an assignment or we do a group work that we have to do a project on, we have to link it to one of these goals and try to sort of come up with a creative way on a very small scale often, of course, which is because we're just students, but to try to link our work to a greater good and a greater goal. And I think in that way we're really, encouraged to think already in terms of the actual impact that our work has, and how we can use our studies also, but also later in our working life to have a positive contribution to all of society, and also to, for example, the environment. So I think that's a really nice part as well, and it's really stimulated as well in this master.
Responsibility for sustainability and positive change is built into all courses and programs of RSM. In all domains of business administration, you also explore how you can contribute to sustainability and positive change from that specific angle. So in finance courses, in marketing courses, in operations management courses, we look at how these specialisms can contribute to sustainability as well.
Okay, let's dive right into some more specific questions about the Master in Management. And the first, a bit longer, but what is the difference between this master and RSM's MBA programs?
Okay, all right. Interesting question. To be honest, I don't know too much about RSM's MBA program, but what I think the main difference is between this master and the MBA programs is that this is really a pre-experienced master. So everyone, or nearly everyone in my study cohort at least, they haven't had prior working experience, or very limited. And I think in MBA, the main difference in that with the MBA program is that the MBA is really for when you already have some working experience and want to further your skills and your knowledge by doing an actual MBA. So that also means that there's quite a difference in age, because most people in our master, I think the average age is about 23, maybe 24. So it's still quite a young group of students, which I think is also really fun. And I think with the MBA program, everyone's a bit more, it's a bit older already and already have some working experience, so you get a different setting, a different type of classroom.
All right, so the difference between RSM's MBA and MIM programs. It's an important question, it's often asked. So in some aspects, MBA and MIM are similar. So for both programs, you do not have to have a previous business education. Both provide a comprehensive overview of all domains of business and management. And both are intensive, immersive programs where you work together with a group of students and you really engage with management and business theory. Then there's a difference. So if you look at background, in the MBA we have students with significant business experience. The students in the MIM program, they have to have academic education and a bachelor and master degree in another field than business. In the classroom, that means that in the MBA we draw on the varied business experience of the participants. Whereas in the MIM program, we've designed it in such a way that we're drawing on the varied academic experience of the students in their previous education.
Looking at, what would you say? Is this master relevant for me if I'm a business graduate? So next year I'm graduating from IBA, for example. Would this master still be relevant for me, or would you recommend then rather looking into our other master programs?
Yeah, it's a very good question. I think this master is not as relevant for you if you are a business graduate, because we offer or in the master you get courses on many different aspects of management, from strategy to accounting to consultancy, to marketing as well. So we get like a very broad range of different courses, and if you're already a business graduate, you've already had many of those courses, and maybe sometimes even in some more depth than we discuss them in the master. So I think in that sense, this master is not as relevant if you are a business graduate, because you already have many of the skills and you already know lots of the different courses that we will discuss in this master.
Okay, so is this master relevant for me if I'm a business graduate? Well, I thought Peter gave the right answer in that sense. So my short answer would be no. It's a broad introduction to the field of business, so not so relevant for business students. We designed it for people with a background in another discipline. And so if you're a business graduate, I think it's better to look for a different program where you are building on your specific expertise and choosing a next step that really brings you something extra as a business student.
Now, since you answered so many of these important questions, maybe in a few sentences, how would you summarize the main answers and everything you explained about Master in Management?
Okay, nice question. I think to summarize it very briefly, the Master in Management is a really good choice for you if you're not a business graduate but want to make a switch to learn about management and about business from one of the top universities in the field, so that you have like many different career prospects going forward and really have a very unique value proposition to offer to future employers. That would be it.
Thank you
To keep it short.
Yes, I think so. At least I have a much clearer picture now of the Master in Management, and thank you very much for all your elaborations. And good luck with the Master.
Thanks.